on mystery hunters.
Extraterrestrials.
What is that?
Are they visiting Earth?
Space aliens.
Are they hanging out in Brazil? I go to the city of Varginha to investigate a case of an alien encounter.
Is mystery.
At 3:30 on a normal Saturday afternoon in 1996, 3 girls were walking home through this field. Liliane da Silva was one of the girls.
Estávamos caminhando quando vimos.
She says she was with her friends when she saw a strange creature. Que isso?
Falei assim.
She said, "Look, guys." Then they saw it move.
Fugimos.
And they took off. What did it look like? Liliane says it was dark brown with a big head with 3 horns on top of it. It had no hair, but it had greasy, dark oil all over its skin. She first noticed its eyes, huge and red. It also had a strong, stinky smell in the air. The girl's description of the creature has found its way into Brazilian pop culture. Liliane says it wasn't like any animal or human being. It was the ugliest thing she had ever seen. How close were you to it when you saw it? She says it was only about 5 meters away. The girls told Liliane's mother what happened, and she went back to the field with them. How long afterwards was that? She says about 20 minutes. Was the creature still there?
No,
She says no, that she didn't see the animal. She only saw footprints and smelled something really bad that stayed in her nose for 3 days. Can you draw me what you saw? Could this be the footprint of an alien? The night before the creature appeared, a farmer reported seeing a strange object in the night sky. Could the eerie-looking creature that 3 girls saw in this Brazilian field have been an alien? Just after midnight, the night before the sighting, farmers at this nearby farm saw something very strange in the sky. What happened that night?
Tudo começou naquela noite.
She says she was startled by the sound of farm animals running. She says she got up and looked through the window and saw an object passing by, so she called her husband. How big was the UFO? Did it have any specific shape and color? He says it was about the size of a school bus.
A gente avistou.
It was long, it was shaped like a cigar. He says he doesn't know exactly what color it was because it was covered by smoke, although she thinks it may have been gray. Wellington Martins Faria has been investigating UFOs for many years. What did you find when you came to the field?
Nós viemos ao local e
He says he checked out the area 5 days after the girl's alien sighting. But by then, rain had washed away the creature's footprints. But people living near here told him they had seen the army, police, and fire department in the field around that time.
exército nessa região.
But the police and fire department don't seem to want to talk about the alien story. The fire brigade told me over the phone they had investigated the sighting. But when I show up there with a camera... Sergeant Bernardes, you were on duty that day. What can you tell me about the alien sightings?
Sim, eu estava.
The sergeant says they never got a call about an extraterrestrial. What's up with the change of heart? Unless they had something to hide. Maybe a giant cover-up was happening. Liliane's mom had an unusual visit that would certainly make it seem that way. Soon after the sighting, some men appeared at her house.
Boa tarde, dona Luísa. Eu gostaria de falar com a senhora.
Estiveram os homens aqui na minha casa.
She says the men told the girls they should lie and say they saw nothing. She says the men offered them money to keep quiet, but she didn't accept because she knows the girls are telling the truth. Did aliens really land in the city of Varginha in Brazil? Not everybody is convinced. Thanks for meeting me, Daniel.
Hi, Christina.
Daniel Sotomayor is an engineer, and he started an organization that takes a skeptical look at supernatural claims. Do you believe the girl's story about the creature?
No, not for a minute.
Daniel thinks it's very possible that what the girls really saw was a wild animal.
Yeah, sure. Maybe a capybara.
I checked out the zoo that's not far from where Liliane and her friend saw the alien. A capybara is a rodent, kind of like a giant rat. It could kind of look like the creature seen by the girls. They're sitting in the same kind of position. This one's eyes are much bigger than this one. And here at the Virginia Zoo, they have a capybara. I met Dr. Mina to talk about the capybara. Dr. Mina, did any animals escape from the zoo around the time of the sightings? He says no animals had escaped from the zoo. Could a wild capybara have wandered into town? He says a wild capybara could have found its way into the city from a river. Lots of rivers go by the city center. This is a drawing of the footprint of the creature in the field. Could it have been made by an animal at this zoo? He says it looks like a capybara's paw print. The capybara has 4 fingers, but one of the fingers doesn't always make a print when it puts its paw down. The girls were about here, and they say the creature was over there when they saw it. Let's see how much they really could have seen. What do you think? Are you close enough to get a good look?
Sort of, for a bright day like this. But you know, could I have seen red eyes? I don't think so.
But what about the area being cordoned off and Liliana's mom being asked to keep the story quiet?
Again, it's such weak evidence for such a strong claim. And the fact that they believe it doesn't mean it's true.
But Liliana's mother says she knows the girls saw something. She's just not sure what. And I did track down someone from the government who believes the girl's story, but even he hasn't been able to get to the truth. Mr. Mendoza is in charge of tourism for this area. What do you know about the alien sightings? He says the official version says there was nothing, that nothing happened. It was just people talking. And what's your opinion? He says he believes something really happened. So there's no definite proof that aliens visited Brazil. But if the real evidence is covered up, we might never know for sure.